Well, looks like we got another Deadpool movie, only this time he's in Sim City. Free Guy. Ryan Reynolds plays basically that dorky character from the Lego movie until he sees reality for what it really is via They Live specs. Funny thing is, it's not the specs that really break reality for him. It's meeting a girl. Most guys can relate to that. Meanwhile, the girl in question is basically a computer nerd, one of two who developed a game that was bought and probably stolen by Taika Waititi. Yeah, the guy from the Marvel films. And everyone just plays their characters awesomely. Reynolds plays this innocent everyman who basically steps up to the plate but doesn't just go nuts. He has a set plan and he just goes for it. And you really want him to succeed, not just in becoming a hero, but helping his fellow non-playable characters evolve. Meanwhile, the girl and her cohort, who is played by the guy with the hair from Stranger Things, awesomely, they work well off one another. At first, they're antagonistic because of backstory, and then they slowly redevelop their relationship, and it all felt very organic and very enjoyable to watch. It was like a classic boy meets girl again story. Meanwhile, Taika Waititi is basically playing Donald Trump if he were a 28-year-old tech guru, basically. He is just a bad guy you love to hate. You want to see this smug jerk fall. He thinks he has charisma, but really he's obnoxious. And Waititi just goes all in, whole hog. Definitely having a blast with this character. And then there are the background characters who all have some decent personality, both in the Sim City-like environment and in the real world. You're just glad that everyone's involved, because no one's wasted, even the tiniest background character. The story is basically sort of a rehash of Ready Player One, where the little guy has to overthrow the big guy, only with artificial intelligence thrown in there. And it's smaller, more intimate setting, and closer to home, modern time period, not future time period, but current time period. Gives it a more intimate feel. Like, you can't really relate to the characters in Ready Player One, but you can relate to them in this film. The effects are phenomenal. It makes basically SimCity into a real place. I mean, you look like you could visit this city. And the effects overall are pretty decent. The digitization of various characters and items, it looks right out of a video game. This is basically the video game movie that past video game movies have tried to become. Only this time, they succeeded. More so than Ready Player One. If you're a video game nerd, or just a nerd, period, you will recognize most of the references and some surprising cast members as well. Because while there are bits and pieces to see straight out of other franchises, it's not obnoxious. They don't throw everything at you. They throw a few things, and it makes them easier to see. Basically, Free Guy is a mom and pop Ready Player One with more love baked into the product. And it's definitely worth a watch, even if it is a bit long. This is Mr. J signing out and reminding you, NPCs are your friends. Try to protect them, because you never know when one might suddenly develop consciousness and become your best friend.